My long-term dividend growth stock portfolio just paid me $381.94 in the month of June. Plus, the total value of this account just hit an all-time high of $237,980. This marks a 64% total return, including dividends reinvested. My dividend income has been growing, hitting all-time highs, and that's due to continued dividend growth, plus some of my new higher yield buys. Speaking of buys, I bought over $3,000 worth of stocks in the month of June, and today I'm going to share exactly what stocks I bought and why. On top of that, I'll provide an updated look of my overall dividend stock portfolio. Plus, I'll share a conversation from our Discord community that got me thinking about what is the plan around dividend investing, and when, if ever, do you plan to live off dividends? With that said, let's roll the intro and get into this video. My name is Zach, this is Dividend Data, and you should leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the video. Throughout, I'll be using the best stock research and portfolio tracking tool, dividenddata.com, and right now I'm giving one of the final reminders that the sale is ending this week. You can lock in 50% off annual membership and keep that discounted price for life. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so no risk in trying it out. On top of that, you get access to our Discord community, plus this whole master dividend investing course I put together that is now included free for all dividenddata.com members, and it actually stemmed a conversation in our Discord I'll be talking about later. The link is in the description and pinned comment if you want the sale, but let's start getting into this portfolio update. So here you can see my personal dividend growth stock portfolio. This is one of my 3 investment accounts, and the entire goal of this is to invest in companies that continually raise their dividend payments over time and build a reliable stream of dividend income. At the same time, I want to invest in high growth companies that I think can match or even beat the S&P 500 index in terms of total return. So to recap, the goal is high reliable dividend income plus total return. With $144.8 thousand invested, this gives me gains of $93,000, which is a 64% total return, including dividends reinvested. I have a 10-stock portfolio, including names like Microsoft and Visa as my 2 largest positions. I would consider these to be dividend growth stocks. And then you have a higher yield company like the Altria Group coming in at number 3. And we have other big tech companies in the portfolio like Alphabet and Salesforce. I also have a group of energy stocks where I've locked in a high yield like ExxonMobil. That stock has a 231% total return and has been a core position of mine since 2020. But recently, I've been buying some midstream oil and gas pipelines that have high dividend yields plus high dividend growth. Notably, that's MPLX and HESM. I'll be talking more about one of those later in the video. Here we can see the projected income of my portfolio. My current annual dividend income is $5,708. That's $1,427 every quarter, $475 every month. So we're almost at that $500 mark, $15.64 every day. And if we tried to calculate hourly payments, I'm at 65 cents an hour. All the stocks in my portfolio pay quarterly dividends. So you can see there is a 3-month rotation in my projected dividend income. My highest month of the 3 is $608 right now. And that goes up every single month from reinvesting earned dividends plus dividend raises. I also have 1 month just under $400 and another one that is growing fast because I am buying stocks in this month, and that is now up to $427. By the way, you can also see your calendar of when these stocks pay out, plus the projected dividend amount for every stock in your account. Overall, my yield on cost for this portfolio is 3.47%. And from reinvesting dividends, that's up to 3.94%. And you can see my largest dividend payer by far is the Altria Group. I locked in a great yield on this one and have been reinvesting dividends. I've earned over 104 shares from dividend reinvestment. And next up, we have 3 of my energy stocks, MPLX, ExxonMobil, and Hess Midstream. I've locked in a great yield on cost for all of these. And here you can see my history of earned dividends. If you can't tell, I recently made some changes to my account, boosting this 1 month, which used to be below $100. And going forward, that will be a $400+ month. And eventually, I think it could be my highest dividend month. And that's due to a lot of the midstream oil and gas stocks I've been buying lately. Over the past 3 months, my rolling average of dividends earned is $461. This is up from $381 back in April. So why is my dividend income growing? Well, that has a lot to do with the stocks I've been buying lately. So let's jump to that. So here you can see all my buys I made in the month of June. Number 1 is HESM. This is Hess Midstream. I actually just made a full stock review on the company, but I'll give you some of my thoughts about why I'm buying it right now. So I bought 32 more shares at a cost per share of $38.37. What I like about Hess is it's a rare combination of dividend growth and high yield. The current dividend yield is 7.36%. And this is a company with growing cash flows, earnings per share, and dividends. As you can see, the dividend for HESM has been growing at a 5-year compound annual growth rate of 10.49%. And they increased the payout every single distribution. As you can see, they just had a 1.2% raise. Prior to that, they had a 2.4%. Prior to that, 2.5, 2.4, 2.7, 2.7. You get it. This dividend is sustainable too based on free cash flow, but for these midstream oil and gas stocks, you really want to be looking at distributable cash flow because these are partnerships. But a big reason why a lot of dividend investors avoid these kind of partnership stocks is that they issue K-1 forms in tax season, and it adds a whole nother step. But HESM in 2019 actually changed their corporate structure so that if you own the public stock HESM, you actually get paid your dividends via a 1099 div form, the same one you normally have for your dividend stocks. So no K1 for HESM. And if you want to learn more about the company, I just did a full stock review video. It's a great deep dive into HESM, their entire business model, how they make money, and I even gave a valuation estimate and price targets for the stock. This is a position I plan to keep building up and will continue adding to. So I'm documenting my investing journey on YouTube, but really I'm hoping none of you buy it and the price goes down so I can buy more. Next up on my buys, we have Google, ticker symbol GOOGL. I bought 2 shares at a cost per share of $165.77. This is another company I'm building up into a core position of mine. I think it's a great value right now. The stock has gone up to $178, but I still think it's a pretty good value there. So I'll probably be dollar cost averaging and building up this position throughout the year. And definitely if there's a big sell-off again, I'll be adding. Most of my Google stock I bought in 2025. A lot of it during that April tariff sell-off. I have a 10% total return right now. I've done some stock review videos in the past, but I'll give you a brief overview here. As you can see, their earnings per share just hit all-time highs, and the growth over at Google is great. This is a dominant big tech company, and expectations are that they will continue growing their earnings per share every year from here. On a forward-looking basis, this company still trades at under a 19P ratio, and if the analyst growth estimates are correct based on their 2029 earnings per share, they would be trading at a 10P ratio based on today's prices. Alphabet is also a new dividend payer. They just had their first dividend raise at 5%. Other buys I had this month were Texas Pacific Land Corporation, ticker symbol TPL. I bought 1 share at $1,069.16. This is the smallest position in my dividend growth stock portfolio. But if there ever is an oil and gas crash, this is number 1 on my list to be buying. I'll probably have a full stock review on TPL soon. And my last buy for the month was 2 shares of Salesforce, ticker symbol CRM. That was at a cost per share of $260.70. I have a full stock review on Salesforce from a few months ago. Overall, in the month of June, I bought $3,149 worth of stocks. And to wrap up this portfolio update, I wanted to share a conversation we had in our Discord community earlier this week. A member asked, what's your mindset around dividend investing? And while he was in the plans section of that free course I made, I basically have this whole section where you can calculate how much dividend income you need to retire and how big of a portfolio you need at what yields to reach that goal. And he said that really struck out to him when he was reading. And he was thinking about what's his ideal number when he wants to call it quits. So I'll share what I said. I said, personally, my goal is just to keep building, grow the dividend income to far exceed living expenses, and then keep reinvesting. I'm a workaholic and self-employed, so I don't see myself ever fully calling it quits. I'll likely always have some project and active income going. The dividend income is another level of financial security. I am on the younger side though, so I do have a long time to go with investing, so I'm sure that answer will change a lot over time. So I am less in the camp with dividend investing where I'm trying to retire and live off my dividends as fast as possible. I view dividends as a reliable stream of cash flow in the background that you can earn passively, and it can kind of be your financial foundation. But at the same time, I'm also trying to grow my actively earned income. I'm very interested in business, and I don't really see myself going away from that anytime, even if I reach a point where my dividend income far exceeds my living expenses. And if that happens while I'm still young and working, then I'll probably just keep reinvesting my dividends over time and keep building up that portfolio and letting it snowball. But if it does get to a point where it's a little ridiculous, I'll probably take out some dividends to help pay for my lifestyle or whatever. But mentally, my plan is just keep reinvesting infinitely. But it is a pretty interesting topic, so I implore you to think about that yourself, what your plan for dividend investing is. And we had quite a few people give some interesting answers in the community. By the way, if you want to join that, that's a part of the Dividend Data membership. You get our full research tool, plus that dividend investing course and the Discord community. The link is in the description and pinned comment. Our 50% off summer sale is ending soon. It ends this week, so get it while it lasts. It's the best price we ever offer. You can lock in 50% off annual membership and keep that discount price for life. So use the link in the description and pinned comment on the video. And with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.